Hello and welcome. This is the Hello and Welcome podcast presented by Betway. We're reacting after Canada loses to France here, and bit of a heartbreaker. Alex Wong. We had a whole watch party here at Annex Hotel. Big thanks to Annex Hotel for hosting everybody. Big thanks to everyone for coming out. We had a packed house. The energy was incredible. The vibe was great, and then the game started, and it's someone named Isaiah Cordinier.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I learned a lot of names on the French roster today.
Yeah.
My guy Lessort.
No, my guy Lessort, man. We'll get the Mathias
Lessort,
man. This guy scored 15 points on 2 buckets.
Yabusele was killing it. That was their game plan.
Man, wow.
In the first half, just throw it to those two guys. And, the refs were going to call foul. I'm sure we'll talk about the refs, but honestly, Canada just came out. So that was a tough start for them. I felt like whoever they played in the round robin, it felt like it was such a huge adjustment going up against France. They just looked bigger everywhere. They just stifled them on offense, threw them out of their rhythm, and that just set them back so much.
Yeah, I can't stress this enough that France looked like shit for the first 3 games in the group stages. And I know that it's like the group stages or whatever, but coming into this game, you had Evan Fournier calling out his coach saying we should play differently. The coach being like, sit down, you're Evan Fournier, right? You had they miraculously squeaked by Japan. That was
a ref job.
That was more of a ref job.
That was a ref job. Yeah.
But they just weren't composed when they played Germany, which was supposed to be more of an even matchup. Germany just destroyed them, like Franz Wagner dunking all over their team, right, and losing by 20 and stuff like that. So they did not look good coming into this game, and yet for Canada, they just completely lost their composure. Like, we can talk about the refs and all that kind of stuff, but they went down 19-5.
Yeah, 19-5. But I think this is the worst case scenario, right? Coming into this matchup, you probably favor Canada given how they've looked.
Yep.
And you said France after that Germany game, and even with the Evan Fournier quotes. But it's whatever you want to say, home crowd, the refs. Wemby had I think we're joking, he had 5 points there when they flashed the graphic in the fourth quarter.
Wemby gave us a prime Draymond, man. 7, 12, 5, 3, 1.
Jelani McCoy. But we can't even say that because they won. But it's you think about that. You think about his defense, though. That one play, I think in the fourth quarter, I think they were down 5 or whatever. Yeah. I think Dylan drives to the basket. A couple guys had chances.
Yeah, those 2 Shai missed free throws.
The 2 Shai missed free throws. He comes back down the next possession, misses a layup.
Yeah.
They had chances there in the fourth quarter to come back. But, man, France just came out so strong early, man.
Yeah, and again, it was guys that you just wouldn't expect to hit you like that, because again, you shut down Nick Batum, you shut down Victor, who else is Gobert? You even barely even saw him in the game today. Did he even play in the second half?
No, I don't think he came out in the starting. Yeah. He didn't come out in the starting lineup in the second half. I don't think he played.
At the same time, we just couldn't cope with the pressure. I think the crowd really got to them, which is so strange because this team has played with so much composure. They've come down from double digits before, all that kind of stuff, and they have the potential. We even saw that today where they cut the lead down, I think all the way down to 4 by the fourth quarter. But you're just chasing the whole game, and I felt like Shai towards the end was running out of gas to some extent. If he had someone secondary to step up to help him, I think that would have really helped, right? RJ, I thought, was there. He hit that big 3. We were all going crazy in here for that one. We saw that obviously Jamal had chances. We saw that Dylan Brooks had chances. Those 2 other guys, they just never really stepped up. Jamal has been struggling all tournament, and he struggled here today. Every shot kind of felt like a prayer. And then Dylan Brooks, between the foul trouble, between just the size that France presented, he just never got into the game at all. And he finished the game tonight 1 of 9 with his 1 bucket coming in the fourth quarter, which was super contested as well. There just wasn't enough secondary scoring that Shai was getting every and one, and we were making plays, but eventually we just kind of ran out of gas. And this sucks, man. Honestly, I know it's tournament play, this is what it is, but I feel if we played a 7-game series against these guys, we'd beat them in 6. You know what I mean? Beat them in 5. Some of these issues won't come up every single game. Right? There's no way Cordinier and Lessort cook us all the time. Yabusele driving in for dunks. Where was this? We saw you in the NBA, but
Lessort shot how many free throws, man? How many free throws did Lessort shoot?
Lessort shot 14 free throws.
Oh, that's insane.
He went 9 for 14.
That's 0-1 Shaq numbers, man.
That's how they were playing him. Right block. He would bubble up on somebody. Half spin, and then eventually get called going to the foul line. Canada sent France to the foul line 42 times.
No,
Okay, the audience is saying the ref sent them 42 times,
you were joking. It was Raptors game 1 was classic, man.
Bro,
you lose after, you blame the refs.
Yeah, we're here in Jurassic
Everyone's
Park.
bummed out.
All right.
Nobody's trying to have a France-Germany watch party on Thursday at Annex.
I will be hate
Yo,
watching.
who would come to that, actually?
Let's hate watch France-Germany, okay? I'm telling you, like, Germany's going to do a way better job.
What are you going to root for both of them to lose?
No, I'll root for Germany, man. My boy Dennis, where are you at, man?
Was there anything in the first half you thought Canada could have done different, just like as France was getting going?
Yeah, if you were playing this on 2K, you would just reset the game. No, it's weird because like they came out. I thought they probably took a little bit too many individual like ISO threes. Like I think Shai took one, Dylan probably took one as well. I know Lou hit that first three, that felt really good, but like they started playing a little bit too individualistic for the starters, and it's interesting because the starters have been playing so great all tournament long, right? Like they've been the ones that have continually won their minutes. I think they were plus 33 in 26 minutes so far in the tournament, but when the starters came out and they didn't set the tone, you just felt like there was no help coming off the bench, right? And that's surprising. Like the bench hasn't been that great outside of like Andrew Nemhard, who had 18 points against Spain. That was huge, but like nobody off the bench was really performing like that, to the point where like we're having conversations like Khem Birch is gonna have to come in and save us. You know, we started calling him.
The North has some nice box outs.
We started calling him Kemby. They got Wemby. We got Kemby.
Oh, shouts to Liam for that. Yeah.
Oh man, that was tough though. You know, but seriously though, like the starters. And they were fine the second half. They were good to close the first half as well. But like, yeah, I mean, they just got blitzed to start, and then of course the fouls, man. I mean, the Lessort posting up fouls, like at least half of those were actual fouls. But like, come on, I don't know. It was just very tough. There was no flow to this game either. It was like super hard to watch. It was just all free throws.
Yeah, no, but thanks to everyone for coming out.
Yeah,
though.
but thanks to Annex Hotel.
No, I hear you.
Thanks to CBC for coming through, you know.
Yeah, sorry, CBC.
Yeah, I know.
They really wanted that shot at the end of like the fans celebrating and stuff.
That would have been great. That would have been great.
No, the Canada did look rattled, like you said.
Yeah.
At the start, and they just couldn't. I mean, it was close in the fourth though, man. They had a couple of shots in. I felt like those Shai free throws was crushing. But listen, man, he had a great tournament. He had a great game today.
He had a great game, yeah.
But like, man, those two free throws right there, man.
Those two free throws, because I think right afterwards, Cardinier like ripped driving baseline again. Like, man, like we getting cooked by Isaiah Cardinier. I can't believe it.
Wemby had some generational plays though, like on defense. You got to.
Wemby had that crazy long steal.
Yeah.
I think that kind of just like contributed to the panic in the first half. But second half, like we were really like fighting hard, and we got like 3-and-1s at least, and we were playing much stronger as the game went on. And it just felt like, I don't know. For me, I felt very confident like they were going to push over the hump there towards the end, because it came down to like, okay, it's 7 points difference with like 7 minutes left. Like you can make that up, you know what I mean? But like we just couldn't. Like I felt like the offense really dried out, man. And I know it's like Shai could score. Obviously, Shai was 27 points tonight, 9 of 19, 8 of 11 from the foul line. It's basically like what's his tournament's been, really. You know, RJ hit that three, but just there was nobody else. Nobody else, right? Ludor had that steal going the other way. That was cool, but like we just ran out of offense, man. And that's surprising because like you would have thought out of all teams, like we would have enough offense more than anything else. Maybe defensively we can't cope with size. We saw that here today. But offensively, I just thought we had one more person step up. But like Nemhard didn't get a bucket today. Jamal Murray, 3 of 13 for 7 points.
Yeah, we were waiting for Jamal whole tournament, man.
Yeah.
Such a tough tournament for Jamal. I know. It's done now. Like, it's done.
I know Laker fans got to be sick. Jamal hit 2 game winners on them.
I was waiting
like 2
for Jamal to
months ago.
get to the finals against Team USA and see LeBron.
Yeah, see
Just
LeBron,
go off
see
for
Anthony
40 for no
Davis,
reason.
you know. But
Oh, man.
yeah, that's a tough one, man. But I mean, I don't know. Like, it's like we were good enough to beat this team. It's just like this. What happens
this is
in tournament
Olympics.
play.
This is Olympics. It's one and done.
Yeah.
That's it, man. Honestly, like it's really crushing though. It's really crushing.
Can I ask you the CBC questions?
Yeah, ask me the CBC questions.
Where does the program go for here, Alex?
What is this, man? Where's Rowan Barrett, man? I don't know, man. I mean, they obviously still have this like great group of like core guys,
Okay.
and you just hope like they can make it because like like all the qualifying and all that stuff.
Right.
You just hope they come back together in 2028. It's tough. Like you look at the women's team too. Like I know they went 0-3. The 3-on-3 team was close to medaling and then lost 2 games yesterday. For me, like you look at it, like overall, I think the program is in like good shape, Greg, and
All right.
But like this is like I think this is devastating because people were waiting for this for so long, right?
Yeah.
And you finally get all the commitments from the guys. You have a player like Shai, who you can say is like the best player on the court.
You go
3-0
in the group stage.
You go 3-0
against really tough opposition.
in what they said was like a group of death, and you look really impressive doing it.
Yep.
And this is your worst fear, right? Like you just need to get to the semis, and you're guaranteed to at least play for a bronze medal.
Yeah.
You know, you're playing against France, a team that you think you're better than. Like, honestly, half of it, you just got to chalk it up to that's just Olympics. That's how tough it is to medal.
Yeah. I mean, at the same time, I think if you were to do it all over again, like, I think finding some sort of combination off the bench would help, right? Because when you do the autopsy of the whole run, nobody off the bench was consistent at all, right? There was like, I mean, every game at the backup center position, like Kelly, for example, barely played. He barely played here today. I don't even think there was a case for him to play more. He didn't really play well. You know, Trey Lyles coming in, was kind of underwhelming. Khem Birch, shouts to Khem, but like, it's still Khem Birch, at the end of the day. So it felt like we were kind of just like plugging the gap at backup center. Dwight Powell probably played as well as you could possibly expect Dwight Powell to play. And then, I think this is where you were really counting on Jamal to like do a little bit more, especially in like just have one game. I'm not expecting like an all-star performance every game. They just couldn't find that bench rotation either. And so, yeah, that's tough. I mean, I think what's sad for me is like, look, assuming Canada gets back into the Olympics, which is not necessarily like an easy assumption, but they have the talent now, I think, obviously, to do it. It's like, can we find like more young bigs, more like depth of scoring? And I think on that front, like I do feel a little bit optimistic, right? Because you look at like, okay, guys who were at training camp, but they weren't actually involved for this team. Like you could tell me like a Benedict Mathurin could really, help as like a secondary scorer. You can't tell me you can't do better than what like Jamal did off the bench today, right? You got Shaden Sharp, who's another guy who can really score. Hopefully these guys in 4 years' time, which is a long time for a young player, mature to the level where they can be that secondary scorer. Because like Shai's still going to be at an elite level by the time next Olympics roll around. And I know this group, like Dylan Brooks, a lot of these guys are still in their 20s. RJ's like, early 20s. He'll be around. So there's a lot of guys you'll see again. But my question is like, which of those young guys can come in and fill a better role than what they did for this squad? And also, where are the bigs coming from? Because like, where are the bigs in Canada?
Well, I'm thinking like if Zach Edey develops a little bit and stuff, like he could be someone that could be really useful, like in this FIBA environment, right? Like you even think about like him dropping out, what that could have looked like.
Do you think he would have stopped Lessort?
I don't think anybody was stopping Lessort today.
Mathias Lessort? God damn it, man.
Yeah. God damn, man. This game really sucked.
This guy was just whining, man. This guy was just whining the whole game.
Yeah. But no, there's a lot of talent, but like, damn, man. This is like so disappointing, man.
Yeah.
Not even have a chance to like compete for a medal. Like you look at the way the knockout round like set up. I think we're all just trying to figure out, where we're going to be on the same side of the bracket as the U.S. And it seemed to line up like as nice as you can, right? Like you see France.
Yeah.
Listen, Germany would have been a really tough matchup in the semifinals the way they're playing.
Yeah.
So, but it's like you had a path there to maybe think about, at least following up the performance from like last summer at the World Cup with the bronze.
Sure. Yeah.
Maybe playing the gold and man. And this is like what, 24 years ago, like when they made it, they lost to France too.
Oh yeah.
I know you were there for that.
Tell me, Grandpa, what did it feel like back then?
When Zachary Richechet's dad was in the starting lineup for France.
Yeah.
I'll give you $20 if you can name the Canada starting lineup from that day.
Okay. Hold on.
Nobody wants $20 more than this guy.
Okay, hold on. Okay. Rowan Barrett.
Yeah. Jerome, can you pull up
Steve Nash?
tweet from this morning?
Steve Nash.
Yeah. Okay.
There's 3 more guys.
Yeah. You need a lifeline?
Tom McCullough?
No. McCullough was off the bench. He was their Edey.
Okay. How do you
He
know
was
that?
Edey.
That's off the dome?
Yeah. No, I saw.
Sherman Hamilton's off the bench too, I feel
No,
like.
Sherman was in the starting
Oh,
lineup.
word? Okay, Sherman. Yo, salute to Sherman Hamilton.
Jerome, you have it? Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's.
To be clear, I was 7 years old and I had just come to Canada.
You've got Sherm.
Yeah, I got Sherm.
You've got Rowan Senior. Yeah. And you've got
Steve Nash. So we need a
so
big.
who's
our
what
big?
Position? Jerome, what is Will missing here?
Oh my God.
We are currently missing Michael Meeks.
What?
What you know about Eminem, man? What you know about Eminem?
Michael
Wow,
Meeks.
no reaction from Michael
Damn.
Meeks.
Yo, nobody
shout out
in the
Michael
crowd
Meeks,
is.
Can you guys cheer, please?
No, man.
Yo, Michael Meeks. Oh,
Okay,
brother.
all right. Okay, Michael Meeks. All right. Who else
We ain't getting no Team Canada interviews.
And
after this.
and Peter Goraski.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He
What?
was a player, man.
That's that CBC reporter that we just
you know
got
what?
interviewed.
He
by.
was representing We the North, man.
They were all representing We the North. No, but seriously though, like, man, I think we were good enough to beat this team. Like,
No,
we
I
beat
get it.
France in like the warm-up games leading up to it. We practiced against France the second time too, behind doors, I believe. Like they did a good job. They had the guys to do it, man. I think if you start this game all over again, honestly,
what's the one thing that's gonna bother you the most about this game?
I think number one, like I think probably zoning them a little bit earlier probably would have been a lot better. I just felt like we didn't have the cumulative size necessarily to guard one-on-one, right? It's hard to post up against a zone, for example. Maybe that cuts out some of the Lessort stuff. Whatever. You're going to have to live with the Gardenia guy knocking down a bunch of threes. He's been playing really great for France. He was probably their 8th or 9th guy to start the tournament. And as the tournament's gone on, they realized, okay, Gobert is just not it. So we're just not going to play him anymore, and we'll play smaller. And that actually led to him really establishing himself. He's been really good for them. So this is not necessarily a surprise. You got to live with that to some degree, but I think you probably need to play a little zone just to cope with the fact that Canada was smaller. And I think that you needed to go to this takeover mode for Shai earlier in the game. I think even last year in the World Cup, there were lots of games where Canada was down and they needed Shai to come back and take over, and then he does that, right? But and maybe he doesn't have the energy to do it all game because we did see him gas out a little bit at the end, but I just felt like they didn't have that composure at the start of the game, and it just the crowd, everything got on top of them. And if you could do it all over again, I would establish Shai way earlier, because at the start of the games they're okay, here's Dylan a touch, here's RJ off a curl, maybe Dwight Powell slips to the rim, Lou Dort gets a 3. You know what I mean? No, just let's get Shai established. They got to figure out how to stop Shai, and then from there we can play off of that. And yeah, I mean, you would take a lot of that stuff back. They were down 19-5. That's devastating, man. The mood in here was so good. I promise, man. Everyone here was
legit took 5 minutes into the first quarter before we had anything to cheer, man.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was a foul too. It
All
wasn't
right.
even a bucket.
Can I ask you?
Yeah, what are you gonna ask me, man?
Did the referees influence this game?
What do you guys think? Did the referees influence?
It was 5
on 8, yo, I love that.
It
Yo,
was
I love
5
that.
on 8. There we go.
5 on 8 is always hard.
Okay, but
they were getting a lot of calls, man. Especially early too, getting all the guys in foul trouble and stuff. Even a lot of 50-50 calls too, man.
Well, I think number one, France was pretty smart to realize that okay, for some reason, Canada just cannot cope with Mathias, Lessort. Not even pick and roll, whatever. Just a
straight dump into
the right post, and he's just gonna wiggle his way into free throws. Canada just couldn't cope with that, and France ran it 6-7 plays in a row, and they got free throws on 5 of those plays. So I think France was smart to do that. I also think that the style of game, they really allowed any contact in the perimeter. Right, Shai getting hand checked by Yabusele, by Nick Batum, by Fang Ntilikina, they're cool, whatever. We're just gonna let that happen. But anything in the paint, we're gonna call it. You know what I mean? And it's usually the opposite. I feel like, and maybe it's just we're used to watching more NBA. But stuff in the post doesn't get called nearly as much because it's way more physical down there. And stuff on the perimeter, it's yo, is hand checking just a FIBA allowed rule or something? Because they were really making Shai work hard for everything on the perimeter. I mean, at the same time, it's obviously easier to cry about that after you lose, right? I'm sure it's not like France didn't have distinct advantages. And it's also not like Canada just, they're 50-50 balls that were really when you look back on this game and it's it was down to a 2-possession game. Those are the times where you think about okay, those missed rebounds, right? After you got the initial stop, there's a couple of offensive rebounds there by France in the fourth quarter. You look at the 2 missed free throws by Shai. You look at the times where Canada was trying to push in transition and Wemby just stole it from him. That was an insane steal, by the way. Or him shoving Nemhard out of bounds and that wasn't called and that led to a steal going the other way. Stuff like that. It's just, for me, yeah, I mean, France was definitely more aggressive, but at the same time, I think the style of the officiating certainly helped, because if you were going to try to highlight France's strengths, and I know that's not the officials' stated goal coming into this, but the way the game was called, where everything was tight inside, everything was loose on the outside, that was always going to favor France.
Yeah.
At the same time, though, we also played shit.
No, we played the worst game of the tournament. So you can say easily 5 on 8 and all this stuff, but they just played the worst game.
We didn't even have 5 players play, really. we had Shai, RJ was kind of there, and then who else, really? Nikhil? Actually, did Nikhil even play? Yeah, he got 2 free throws.
Yeah, Nikhil didn't really do much this tournament either.
Nobody off the bench could do anything.
Yeah.
So
that's going to be a big thing for them to. I don't know.
Well,
damn, man.
Do we want to take questions?
Yeah,
from
let's
the
take
crowd?
some questions.
We could take questions from the crowd first, from people here, and then we can also take questions on the chat as well online. I know people are watching on YouTube. Appreciate you. Jerome's looking out for you guys. hanging out. Anybody?
If anyone has a question that they like to ask, just come on over to the corner and grab this mic over here.
Yeah.
There is incentive if you ask question, by the way. I
Yeah,
promise.
Let's go. All right, state your name. Say your name.
State your government name.
Yeah.
William.
SIN
okay.
number.
Yes, my name is William.
Okay.
In the future for Canada, who would you want to potentially fill in that power forward spot that we got brutally taken advantage of in the future? Who do you think would fill that? Either a young guy, current NBA, or
Yeah. That's a great question. We don't have that many young bigs coming up. That's like, for me, that's the bigger concern. Right, you look at France, for example, like they got all these bigs and they have like nobody on the guard position except for Evan Fournier. Like I can't believe he was hitting those.
Yo, he ended
that
us,
half
man.
court three was ridiculous. Man.
Fournier
Get outta
ended
here.
us, man. He said, "This is why I'm here" in French, probably. Damn, man.
He said this house is mine or whatever. Yeah, yeah, that was tough. So I think Zach. Obviously, we can definitely incorporate Zach going forward.
Brandon Clark.
I mean, has he really
Your
represented
boy
the
Chris
program?
Boucher.
Chris,
Yeah,
Chris
it
is
is looking tough.
Chris
Good
is in his
question.
30s
It
at
is
this
looking
point.
tough.
So yeah, I mean Leonard. I mean he was around. He was in there for training camp. I'm still not quite sure what position Leonard's going to play. I guess he hasn't really gotten that much time in the NBA yet. But yeah, probably. He's probably more like a big three, I feel like, for me. But, I mean, he would probably be in the mix. The thing is, there's just not that many options. Like, there's not a lot of great Canadian bigs coming through just yet. There's that guy going to Florida that's 7'9", Olivier
Oh, wow.
Ryu, I think.
We're going to have two Edie's? Yeah.
Yo, 7'9" and 7'6", man. We could be Mathias Lessort this time, man. Fuck, that guy's only like 6'6", dude. That guy's not even that tall, man.
I love how after
Can't
one
believe
loss, it's so dark, man. It's like, yo, bro, we got no power forward options
but
for the next decade.
The weird thing is even our wings are kind of skinnier. Like outside of Lou, right? Like they're all like a little bit more slender. You know what I mean? Versus like France felt like they just had like size advantage at
They were
every
huge.
position outside of
Yeah.
point guard. So yeah, it's tough. I also honestly I want to see RJ improve a little bit more defensively because I think like he's strong enough to like take on more defensive responsibility and. That rarely is the case. I think he guards his matchup fine, but I want him to be like a plus defender, like guard his own guy plus someone else as well, if he can get there. So. But that's a good question. That's a valid concern.
Yo, thanks for asking, Will. We got a hat. We got a hello and welcome hat.
Oh,
for you, man. Come on, man. You got to ask
Wow.
more questions.
Bobby Shmurda style. All right. Next question. State your name.
My name is Gary.
What's up, Gary?
If you're Jordy Fernandez and you're in that change room after this game, what are you saying to Team Canada?
Saying I'm gonna go coach the Nets, man. Good luck. Yo, good luck with this program. Nate Bjergren's got it from here.
He's like, which one of y'all want to come to Brooklyn? Shai,
He's like, I gotta go coach Cam Thomas.
Dylan. Well, he got Dennis Schroeder on his team,
Oh yeah, that's great.
FIBA Dennis, man. Yeah, I honestly don't know. Like, I would say, like, we just need a better composure. Like, we got to grow from this, right? Like, you just have to grow from this. I think the good thing with Jordy is he doesn't sugarcoat things. Like, he's pretty blunt. And, yeah, you do have to grow from this. Like, we look like the old Canada teams where you got a little flustered. You can't, like, get yourself back in position. And you let an inferior team, quite frankly, like, take it over from you. And I know I'm trying to be disrespectful to France, but, like, they have not shown to be a very coherent group over the course of the tournament. Like, there's no way they can go into the next game against Germany and expect to do this. 42 points with, like, Lessort bubbling his way into free throws. Like, it was nasty to watch. So, I think, but regardless, like, Canada's, like, they have to take this one on the chin, right? They definitely got beat today. They definitely lost their heads. And, I think for anything else, I think probably for him, I would have loved to see more zone. Because, again, you didn't have the size to cope, right? If you don't have size, like, you kind of have to run his zone eventually. But, of course, like, France, they hit some early threes. Over the bulk of the game, I felt like they weren't that great from three. Like, they were, 9 of 28? And that includes those half-court heaves from Evan Fournier. God damn it, man. But, yeah, it's tough. I don't know. I wish you could do this over again, but you can't. But you can get a hat, though. Let's go. All right, does anyone have how many hats do we have left?
I don't know. It depends how many questions we have.
Yeah. All right, we got one more. Let's go. Wow, the hat incentive really worked, man. Good job, Alex. Felt like people were nervous before this.
Hi, my name is Bilal.
What's up, man?
I think everybody would agree that RJ's performance this summer has been crazy. Do you think it's possible or likely that he'll continue this throughout the regular season?
I mean, it's been really good. There's no doubt, right? Like, he ended up being probably Canada's leading scorer. I think him and Shai will be probably very tied in terms of very close in terms of total points. RJ led them in group play. Shai had 27 today, 16 for RJ. So yeah, Shai had 27. Yeah. I mean, he was killing in the second half for sure. But yeah, I mean, I think for RJ, this is what he can be. There's nothing here that he was doing that was unsustainable, right? He takes his strong to the cup all the time. I was really worried about this game just because France had so much interior size that maybe RJ would struggle to cope with that. But I think RJ just played through it a lot of the time, which is really nice. He is, for me right now, he is still very dependent on the rest of the offense sort of functioning. If there's a lack of ball movement across the board, he's not scoring nearly as much. It's not like he's like a Shai where even if the team's out of rhythm, he can just get its own. But yeah, I mean, within a team context, he's been a really good scorer. I think he was 2 of 5 from 3 today, which is better than most Canadians. Canadians only went 5 of 21 from 3, which is another area too. I mean, this is when you don't touch the paint. You're probably gonna, settle for terrible step back threes or whatever, and ultimately their percentages weren't good. But yeah, I mean, I think RJ can do this. There's nothing here that he was doing that was unsustainable. It's not a hot stretch. Yeah, but that's not the. He said so. He said there's 50% from 3, but that's not the primary way that RJ's scoring, right? That's if he shoots 30% from 3, he probably scores 6 less points in this tournament, right? It's the fact that he goes to the foul line a lot, the fact that he's making the free throws too, which is big for him, and the fact that he's getting to the rim quite a bit. I would love to see him continue to develop his ball handling just a little bit more. One thing that's interesting with RJ is you never see him in this Team Canada context run any pick and rolls, right? The only guy who runs a pick and roll really is Shai, and then it's Jamal coming off the bench, maybe Nembhard a little bit, but yeah, if I think if RJ was stronger on the ball handling front in terms of getting his own shot off, then maybe you get to see a little bit more dynamic offense. He's already really good at catching and ripping and going, but if he gets his ball handling a little bit better as well, just off the dribble game, that would really help. But that's also what he really struggled with in New York. So it's hard, but I mean, I'm pretty impressed with RJ. Alex, what do you think?
Yeah, exactly what you said.
Another hat? Okay. Appreciate you, Bilal. Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Anyone else have any questions before we take?
All right, we got
From
two
the
more. We got
chat?
2 more questions. All right, and then we'll go to the chat after this. That's right. Let's go. Say your name for the record.
Hi, my name's Alex. I actually have 2 questions. They're
Okay.
kind of going in.
You're getting
separate
one hat, though.
directions. One?
Yeah. and I already gave you a hat, or I gave you a T-shirt
You
last
give
time.
me I'm not even gonna bother you for a hat.
No,
But,
no, it's fine,
Which
it's
one
fine.
should I go with? So, how do you going forward for Team Canada?
Mm-hmm.
They put Shai at the 3 for some points at the game. If we had more talent, do you think if Canada had more talent, do you think we could going forward? That's something we could do.
Wait,
Putting
when did he
at
put
the
Shai
3?
at the 3? Maybe I
Because
was.
at one point it was Nembhard, Murray, and Shai.
Okay,
So
okay,
effectively
all right.
he was the 3. So
Okay.
Going forward, do you think that's something Team Canada can do if they have more talent?
I mean, Canada definitely has a lot of talent at guards, right? So they're going to see multi-guard lineups. Even 2019 World Cup, they were playing in Shenzhen or whatever. And you don't remember this? Come on, man. You were tapped in. That was the real Kemby moment, man. Khem Birch, Corey Joseph, Andrew Nembhard. Yeah, even those days they were playing 3-guard lineups. Canada just has for whatever reason, Canada has developed a lot of really good guards. So you'll probably see more of that. But I do think that obviously you run into issues, right? The FIBA game is more physical. You saw obviously that was why Canada got beat today, was they just didn't have the size and physicality to cope. And if you're going to play smaller, then you're going to really need to get up a ton of threes. And Canada shot 5 of 21 from 3, right? So I would love for Canada to develop just an automatic shooter type of guard too. Not a guard that needs the ball to be successful, but a guy who can really. I mean,
Yo, Brady has slipped, man.
yeah, okay,
Yeah, man.
yeah. He's a GM now, man.
Yo, he's a CBL GM.
Yeah, man. You got a CEBL to see him, but yeah, I mean, even that style of player, because I feels like it's especially when you watch Germany, for example, they got Andreas Obst. You know Obst?
Yeah. I'm familiar with this.
Yeah.
guy.
Okay. There you go. Yeah, guys like that were just who doesn't need the ball as much, so you can run a little bit off-ball action for him. That's the thing. Canada gets so much of their offense off the dribble, and they have talented guards who can attack off the dribble. But eventually, you run into a lot of size. You run into a lot of Nick Batum on the point, and also Wemby waiting in the back line. That's hard to score on the whole game. So, yeah, I mean, I guess more guards would help to some degree because I think you would want a guard that played better than Jamal did here. But, yeah. Or even Nemhard, quite frankly. I mean, outside the one game, he was pretty underwhelming. All right, let's take one more question, and then we'll go to the chat. Appreciate everyone for coming through. Thank you. From Victoria. All right, have a safe trip home. Yeah, appreciate you. It's so nice, honestly. A lot of people here from the West Coast today.
Yeah, everyone's so happy.
Yeah. Okay. God damn it, man. All right, one more question or no? You coming up or no? Oh, okay. There we go. Here.
So, hey, my name's Alam, and before I get into my question, I just want to congratulate everybody on having a freed-up Saturday. If you had plans you were holding off for Canada,
Thursday
potentially
too, bro.
having to medal,
Thursday too.
Congratulations on having a free Saturday. But yeah, so we already had one coach get a major job change, and then we didn't have him anymore, Nick Nurse. So with Jordy getting a big change in his employment, do you think we'll be able to hold on to him for the next Olympics or what?
That's a good question, man. That's a really good question. Can I call on friend of the program, Oren Weisfeld, to step to the microphone? Yeah.
You got sources like that?
No, we got Canada basketball reporters in the building.
Yeah, come sit next to me, bro.
Oh, okay. You got to bring the mic, man. Oh, okay. Word. All right.
Do you want to go first? Do you have any thoughts?
Hello, Oren.
Thanks.
Hello, Oren.
Hey,
Yeah?
guys.
Are we all in the frame now? You got to slide over a little bit more, framing-wise. All right, Oren is here. Oren, state your credentials, please.
My name's Oren Weisfeld. I'm writing a book about Canadian basketball, and I've been covering this team closely since Victoria 2021.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of changes.
A lot of changes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, your energy's amazing, man.
Yeah.
All right.
I brought the energy to the pod, so that's what they count on me for. So
Got you. So, yeah, Jordy, is he going to be here long-term as coach?
I think there's a really good chance he will be. I would say he's taken he's taken like a different approach than Nurse, which is like he's always talked about the future a lot, both internally and externally to the media.
Okay.
So like obviously you never know. That's the other thing he's done differently for sure.
Yeah.
Nice guy. But yeah, like he's always said to the media and internally to the team, like we're not just here. I'll even say like when the team got together to start training camp for the Olympics, he was like, hey, it's great that you guys are all here, but like this isn't just like us. We have to compete in the windows. We have to do this 4 year round, right? So it's not just like a 1 year thing for him. He's asking for commitments from the guys for a 4 year quad, and I think he's also shown that he wants to be around for all the 4 years. He's not just taking this job because it's an Olympic year and it's going to run off or anything like that. So I'm very optimistic he'll be around, but obviously in the NBA things can change in a minute, so you can't guarantee anything. I know he's only signed through 2024, so they'll have to come up with a contract extension of some
I feel
sort.
like he's more than earned the contract extension. I mean, this game notwithstanding.
Yeah.
Like,
This
honestly,
game
like,
was disappointing, but if you're
yeah,
taking his
it's
whole
not him.
track
It's-
record, like I think he had a bad game, honestly, from a coaching perspective, but if you take the whole track record, he's been really good with Canada, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I think we would want Jordy to stay. I've certainly really enjoyed Jordy's time here. I think we're just all scarred from Nick. That's all.
Yeah, but I don't know what to say about Nick.
You got to read your book.
Yeah, we got to ask some Raptors reporters, there's a lot of ways to find.
Isn't that what we're here for? Like,
Yeah.
What do we do, man?
Yeah, exactly. Why don't...
Yeah. No, I mean, look, I just don't think that, like, Nick is the standard in terms of, like, the dedication to the program. I do think that, like, Jordy, I mean, he's coaching the Brooklyn Nets, man. I mean, your summers are going to be free, buddy. Like, let's be honest. Like, let's keep it going. And honestly, I think more than anything else, like, he's shown a real connection to this group. Like, what he's gotten out of Dylan Brooks over the course of the last two tournaments, right? The way he's set up the team. I would love for the second unit to come together a little bit more. It's hard to find any time together for this group, which is really difficult. But that's the same challenge that most programs have. Like, I think there's like a myth almost that like other programs get to spend all their time together and Canada only throws guys, last second. Like, but at the same time, like, I trust him. I would love to roll with him again for the next tournament.
Yeah, he's definitely developed relationships. That's like his strongest suit as
Exactly,
a coach, I think, is what you hear from everyone. He's really like a humble guy. I was reading a good story in Raptors Republic. Shout out Raptors Republic. Tony, our friend Tony, wrote it.
Yo, great reporter, man.
And he really like came from the bottom. Like he's a guy who worked as like a dishwasher in restaurants. So he can relate to people in a way that I think other people who like come up through the NBA ranks can't, because you know what I mean? It's a very
Yeah.
like, it's a path where like your whole life you're around like rich athletes and rich people. And I think it becomes harder to like, relate to like the common person in a way where Jordy's path is much less linear. He came up through like I said, like he lived in Amsterdam as was like a dishwasher. He just had all these weird jobs.
Yeah. No,
I
he was
think
definitely
that's part of
partying,
it.
man. That's crazy.
He's a party. And then the other thing
No,
is
if you're dishwashing in Amsterdam, you're definitely going to parties. There's no way.
the other thing is like he comes from Spain, right? And he comes from the
Yeah.
Spanish Federation specifically, where he was an assistant coach, and that is like the standard of like long-term growth. We're
Yeah.
in this together. We're not like piecing together NBA players 1 year. So yeah, like his track record definitely speaks to like continuity. But we'll see.
Yeah. Well, appreciate you, Oren.
Thanks for having
Thank
me,
you,
guys.
man. Buy Oren's book when it comes out, man. Buy Oren's book. It's going to get lots of insights, okay? Lots of insights. All right. Jerome, do we have questions from the chat? And I will open the chat as well. Here we go. Man, Oren knows his stuff, man.
Yeah, man. That's number one Canadian insider next to Liban Osman.
Well, okay. All right.
Where is Liban? Is he still at the Donald
Oh,
Trump?
Liban's in the chat.
Oh,
Wow,
is he?
okay. Liban
I thought
asked.
he's still in Chicago at the
Liban Osman.
Trumpet conference.
Yo, relax on my man. Yeah, he probably does right now, honestly. How many players are you keeping for the 2028 from this Olympic roster? That's a good exercise.
So, like, keep the starting lineup.
The whole starting lineup? Okay,
Are
Dwight
you
Powell's
keeping
gonna be
all
like
those guys?
35.
Yeah, I know, you're right. Oh, man.
So everybody,
so- but-
if Dwight,
But
I don't know,
Powell.
man. I don't know. 4 years is a long time for a guy
Olynyk
like
is
that.
going to be like, what, 37?
I don't know. I don't think Kelly's going to factor into the next team,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
So you're going to need some new bigs.
You're going to need some new bigs for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if
I don't even know
here's
if
my
guys
question.
like
Is any
Nikhil-
big coming back?
Yeah, that's a
Are
tough
you bringing
one.
back Trey Lyles? He'll
I
be in his
mean,
early 30s at that point, I think.
That's hit or miss for me. I feel like he could still be there as a depth guy, but I'm not.
Okay.
Depending on who else comes up.
Khem Birch not coming back.
I somehow feel like Khem will still be there.
Honestly, I would support
Just
it.
as like
I
a
was-
backup
I
guy.
was really,
Yeah.
I was really
But you're
pleasantly
right.
surprised with what Khem brought. All sort of.
But you're right. They're going to need some new bigs.
They're gonna need like 3 new bigs.
I would imagine
at
like
minimum.
there's going to be a couple players that'll play bigger roles. Like you figure like Nemhard might play a bigger role.
I feel like Nemhard needed a little bit more time to adjust to the team. I always felt like this is obviously not putting it, like taking the pressure off of him, but like they needed to figure out what he. It felt like he was always waiting on Jamal to figure his stuff out, and then he would play off of Jamal. And it's like next time, I just want him to come in and clear cut. You're the guy off the bench.
Yeah, they felt a
Run
little
the
bit too
offense
like
through him.
redundant.
Well, it was redundant, but it was also not effective because like if Jamal was Jamal, like fully capable version of Jamal, then there's no question like he would run the second unit. But because he was kind of like iffy on like is he there, is he not there, it felt like it kind of threw the whole second unit into a state of confusion. Like the starting lineup, like who's gonna run it, right?
Yeah.
Shai's gonna run it for the starting lineup, but like the second unit, you just didn't get that certainty. But
So starters
Yeah.
outside of Powell,
yeah,
and then you probably put Jamal there if he's committed to.
yeah,
go
for
in.
sure. I mean, this is obviously not
Yeah, so
what
Jamal,
is, man.
Nemhard, and then everyone else. You would hope maybe some of the younger guys start taking spots. Like Nikhil, I'm kind of like
Nikhil
if other guys kind of take, if like a Shaden Sharp or something takes a step.
Nikhil's kinda,
Even Matherin too, right?
Matherin, I would love for Matherin to be involved. There's more Canadian talent coming up every year.
Yeah.
But again, like
But the
Canada's
core
going to skew
group,
younger.
yeah.
And when you skew younger, like I do feel like in these like tight games, like who's going to panic, who's not going to panic. I feel like younger players panic more when you're like, oh my God, we're going up against France, we're the favorites, and all of a sudden we can't stop Mathias Lessort and Yabusele.
You're so mad at this game.
Cordinier.
No, you would hope though, like that core group, like Shai, Dylan,
yeah.
Dort, RJ, put Jamal in there too.
Yeah. Jamal,
Like, you know,
let's
like,
give
they've
Jamal
got a-
second
they've got a
chance,
good
man.
group
Come on,
there.
man. Jamal's a really good player. He just wasn't that for this tournament for sure.
Yeah.
All right, next question. Andrew Williams asks, which teams are we cheering for now? I'm thinking Germany or Serbia. I mean, definitely anybody but the USA, but also the USA. That team is too damn good,
Bro,
man.
they bring Kevin Durant and Anthony Edwards off the bench, man.
They bring the Bam Adebayo AD combo off the bench. Yeah, definitely not USA, but I mean, realistically, I
Honestly,
think Germany's played really good basketball.
I'm
I'm
gonna root for
basketball.
Serbia, man. Just play Jokic 40 minutes.
Serbia,
I don't know if he can handle 40 minutes, because the plus-minus numbers are crazy when Jokic plays.
Yeah, well, I feel like Serbia is weird because they played a lot of two big lineups with him and like Mulatinov.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man. Do you like basketball?
Don't ask me that on air.
Yeah, fair enough.
No, but yeah, Serbia's nice. Actually, you know what? To be honest, like Germany is a cool story. They got Gordy
Germany's been
Herbert.
great,
They got Gordy
man.
Herbert coaching
Yeah.
them too. Obviously, they
Right.
won FIBA last year.
Right.
It'd be super cool to see them
I think they
go
just
up
play
against
good basketball,
US.
man. I think more than anything else. I mean, at this point, I'm trying to root for whichever teams have the best chance at upsetting USA. I don't really
Yeah.
think any of them can really do it.
Yeah,
I
rooting
think
for Germany
can
to
push them.
destroy France. Yeah.
I think Germany's
Do
definitely.
you want to
beating
see
France.
Evan Fournier cry or what?
I don't really like.
It's
I don't,
not that bad. Yeah.
I don't really hate these guys. I just don't
Yeah.
think that like this is sustainable. You cannot take the strategy and beat any other team with it.
Yeah.
And that says a lot about Canada. Like to be clear,
Mm.
right? But like this is not. This is fake, man. This is a fake win. I don't
It's
care.
a fake tournament.
I don't
man.
care, man. That's
So
a
we're
fake
rooting
win.
for Germany.
We're rooting for Germany.
Okay.
And then it's gonna be Serbia versus what? USA.
US, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough.
Just play Jokic 40, man.
That's not gonna be enough,
They'll
man.
lose by 5. Yeah.
Yeah. The issue with Serbia is they kind of only have like 4 good guys. Like obviously Jokic.
Yeah, Bogdanovic.
Bogdanovic
too.
has been pretty good. for
Bogdanovic
them.
is kind of crazy, man.
He's been
in
pretty
FIBA.
sick. And then Avramovic is their point guard, number 30 off the bench. He like committed a dirty foul today against Dante Exum. Do you see that one? Yeah, he body checked them. And then Micic.
Oh, Micic,
Vasily Micic.
All right,
coming off the
Germany.
bench.
Go Germany.
Yeah, Germany's the second best.
Go
team.
Germany.
They are. Yosef Cassidy says, because the game was so heartbreaking, what was the best part of your day before it was ruined? Wow. That's a good question.
Honestly, just seeing people come out and stuff like
Dude,
it's super cool.
This was so
Like
awesome to see.
we always get
Yeah.
we always get like questions about like organizing watch parties and things like that. And we were really excited this week. Like we actually talked to Annex Hotel about
Yeah.
having the watch parties for Thursday
We
and
were like,
Saturday.
We were like, clear out the
And-
week, all right?
and
Run
even-
an ISO, all right?
No, and even people.
Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday was the discussion.
Yeah, I did jinx it when I was like, at least we'll be free on Thursday. But like, sorry, man, I never said that. No, but like, we were talking in the first half, like, people obviously have work today and stuff. I guess none of you guys. But
This is jobless behavior.
work
right
from
here.
home. No, but like we were saying like, oh, there's already so many people coming out to like a quarterfinals on a Tuesday after a long weekend.
Yeah.
Like imagine if they had made the finals. I think it would have been like so packed in here for like a Saturday.
Right.
And it would have been super cool to see. Like we obviously cover basketball, like come from basketball background, so we always compare it to like hockey and stuff. And I think like, you had referenced this when we talked last week, like whenever Canada's in the Olympics for hockey and stuff, you see all these watch parties like take place and stuff. And we never see the basketball stuff until like obviously like Raps make the championship. You see the Jurassic Parks everywhere. Every year Raps make the playoffs. You see the Jurassic Parks. Like we should have like more of this. And even like the CBC people coming out today, or like I think Oren's working on a project right now too, and he was saying that he couldn't find any like watch parties that were like taking place around the city. And it's kind of crazy because it's like, them being in the quarterfinals here, like first time we joked about like in 24 years, but like it's a huge deal,
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's like, yeah, like all jokes aside, it's really crushing that they lost today.
No, it was actually amazing to like just see everybody out today. So I think the energy was really great. Appreciate you guys sticking around for post game as well. And yeah, I don't know. Do you guys want to do a hate watch? No, I'm kidding.
No,
Just kidding.
man, nobody's
I'm
coming. For a
kidding.
hate
I'm kidding,
watcher.
man. No hate watches. Just kidding. Just
You can
kidding,
come
guys.
hate watch yourself.
Yeah, I
man.
will.
They'll-
I'll be
they'll
here.
put the projector down.
Yeah,
for you.
just show up, man. It'll be unofficial.
All right,
let's take
what's
one
up?
more. One
Just
more.
one?
Oh, we got $2.
Oh, someone sent us
yo.
$2.
Yo,
That's
by the way,
like
do you guys?
67 cents each.
Yo,
US. Yo, I love
Yo.
them. Yo, they clap for $2, but they didn't clap for Michael Meeks.
that's crazy. Who was the other guy again? The other player?
Don't worry about it, man.
What was the
Next
question?
question.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. What was the last question?
Was there a question
Jerome.
on the last one?
The $2 question from Jalen. Why are we so happy? I mean, I think we're just like relatively well-adjusted people. I hope like yeah, they lost the game, but like we had a really good time with them. We're really proud of this group. We like how they competed. It's disappointing, but like I don't know. Maybe this is personal growth on my front too. Like to not be furious after every loss, but that's right. This was a game exactly. This was a game one. This is a game one for the Raptors type of thing. Don't worry, man. We're gonna win this. Yo, we're gonna beat France in 7, man. We're gonna beat France in 7.
Oh, brother.
All right, PP. Shouts to PP, $4. Oh, the Canadian? Oh, word. Okay. I didn't know you could specify what currency you sent it in, man. Yeah, let's send some Hong Kong dollar
Just
in here.
take all the money, man.
Who do you think we could eat more, Big Macs, RJ or Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? Alex, that's all you, buddy.
I think RJ got that dog in him. I'm gonna go with RJ.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with RJ. Oh my god.
Yeah, someone said
guys.
RJ's
Come on,
been hanging out
guys.
with Zion all
Come
those
on,
years.
come on,
That's
guys.
come on, man.
guys.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with RJ for this one.
Yeah.
Shai too busy trying to get on league fits and stuff, you know. Was that Canada's?
Shai could do whatever he wants.
Was
okay?
that Canada's real problem?
Let's be honest. Shai could do whatever
He
he
was
wants.
too busy thinking of IG captions.
No,
today?
you know.
Should we blame him?
You know, RJ could definitely crush a large chicken on the rocks type of thing, you know. So
Oh yeah, that's right. Is RJ officially a sponsor of Osmos, or that's just a?
no
Oh yeah, booster juice.
Yeah. Who is he?
Who's
Jose
gonna get
Bautista
the-
from 2016.
Who's
Come
gonna
on,
get
man.
the Staples deal this year, man?
Oh
I
yeah,
want to
true.
see
true.
Jonathan Mobo in a Staples ad. No, okay, let's move on.
Okay, man.
Michael Meeks.
Mood McVibes. This is the last one. Where did Alex get that T-shirt? So show the T-shirt to.
Where
to
did
the-
I buy this
Yeah,
T-shirt?
describe this T-shirt first off.
So it's a vintage Team Canada shirt. I think the logo is from, I guess, like early '90s type. I just search for a lot of vintage shirts on eBay and usually in double XL. That's why this shirt is huge, because double XLs no one buys them and and they're cheaper.
Okay.
But yeah, no, there's a lot of cool vintage Team Canada stuff. But I think vintage Team Canada. I think we saw someone in like a Nash jersey today.
Yeah.
I want to see some like Casey Bannerman jerseys out there too.
There you go.
And,
Where can you actually buy a Team Canada jersey? That's my other question. You got to go to where
Canada
like
basketball?
there's a 22
Oh,
weeks to get a Canada basketball. Sport
Sport check.
You want me to pay full price?
What?
DHgate, get on that, man. There's some Canadians
man,
that are
stop,
thirsty right
Stop
now.
wearing fake jerseys.
Oh, speaking of fake jerseys, so what you got underneath the shirt?
I'm just wearing like a Vince Carter champion jersey.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go. Always repping.
Yeah, there we go. Maybe
Wow.
I focused too much on fits today too.
You're also trying to get on League Fizz, let's be honest. All right, let's
Yeah.
go to our 3 stars. Before,
3 stars.
Before we wrap up,
Number one.
No 3
Bum, bum,
bars.
bum.
No 3 bars.
No 3 bars. ChatGPT free trial ran out.
Just make another account.
No one wants to hear Lessort rhymes right now.
Yeah. Get them off the court. All
Too
right.
bad they came up Lessort.
Oh,
See,
bars.
nobody wants to hear this.
I like that one.
Okay,
So-
first star. Bum. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah, 27 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, a block, 9 of 19. I think he ran out of steam just a little bit towards the end, but like ultimately he gave us everything he had. He was awesome. Second star.
Bum. Who is it,
that's
actually?
probably RJ, honestly. 16 points. Those are only guys who finished in double digits in scoring for Canada. 3 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, 6 of 11 from the field, 2 threes. You know, he played well. Your third star, I don't even know, man. It might be Kemby.
Why don't we give it to the Annex Hotel crowd, man?
Oh, the fans. And
Bum.
the staff here at Annex Hotel. Excellent boutique hotel, you know what I mean? Come through, center of the city type of deal, you know. Yeah, I mean, you can look up where, Brunswick and Bloor, there you go. No, but seriously, the third star.
Chem/Annex Hotel crowd. And slash Greg
Kemby?
Ross from CBC.
Yeah, if you want to say Brooks' defense on Wemby, that's actually not a bad shout. But I mean, bro, we lost to Wemby. We lost to France with Wemby shooting 2 of 10 from the field, man.
That's how you lose when the Annex crowd is third star.
Oh
man.
my God! Yeah, you know what? It's got
No offense to any of you guys.
It's the fans. It's the fans.
Yeah.
Gerald Henderson Award winner for who killed us today. It's hard to pick between Mathias Lessort, Isaiah Cordinier. These guys had the game of their lives. Gershon Yabusele. Evan Fournier with the big threes, but like
See, I knew Fournier. I didn't know
it's
those
gotta
other
be
guys.
it's gotta be these referees for giving them 42 free throws.
No, you're
too.
giving it to the refs? Oh
Yeah,
my
I'm bitter.
God.
I'm bitter. Okay, I'm bitter. I'm
The
bitter.
5-on-8
It's the-
award?
Nah, it's hard to pick though. Honestly, who would you pick between all those guys?
Probably Lessort.
Yeah.
Actually, Lessort
But
slash
if you give
Yabusele.
Lessort the star, that you're basically giving the referee the star because they were blowing the whistle like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Lessort slash refs
Yeah.
slash CBC.
We got cooked by French Montana. This is tough. All right. All right. Well, thanks everyone for coming. Thanks everyone for watching online as well. We'll have sort of like a bigger, I guess, like breakdown of sort of how this sort of thing went down. Probably hear from Oren again. Oren, I'm gonna book you right now on the pod.
We should hit up,
get Liban.
let's hit up Lindsay, man.
Let Lindsay done. Lindsay's been down
Lindsay's
there.
Yeah.
Lindsay's one of the few reporters from Canada down there that has been sent by their company to go cover the game live, even though it's a big deal. And thanks everyone for watching. This has been the Hello and Welcome podcast presented by Betway.